Welcome to another episode of the Storm the Court pod. I'm Zane Ellis, and I just finished watching the Nuggets versus Spurs game that just ended. And let me tell you, call me crazy, but Russell Westbrook just gave us a performance that reminded me of old school Westbrook. We're talking triple-double energy, but it didn't come without its share of head-scratching moments. This game, it wasn't exactly a nail-biter, folks. The Nuggets fell to the Spurs 106-113. Just looking at the scoreboard, you can tell it wasn't particularly thrilling. The Nuggets started sluggish, trailing by as much as 17 at one point. It felt like a team that just wasn't clicking. Meanwhile, the Spurs were riding that sweet wave of young energy, capitalizing with fast breaks and looking feisty on the perimeter. That game was a roller coaster of emotions, from confusion over the Nuggets' lackluster start to disappointment as they clawed back but fell short. Yeah, it was just rough to watch. Individually, there were some standout performances. Westbrook led the Nuggets with 30 points, but his late-game decisions had some fans scratching their heads. You had DeAndre Jordan pulling down 17 rebounds. Kudos to him for making the most of his minutes. As for the Spurs, a special shout-out to Harris Barnes, who dropped 20 points like it was nothing. And let's not forget, the bright spot for the Spurs was Sandro Mamukelashvili, 16 points in just 23 minutes. Talk about efficient. All right, my gut feeling on all this is the Nuggets just weren't prepared for a team that's hungry. They looked gassed towards the end. Not to overreact, but Coach Malone's lineup decisions had me questioning his sanity. This game, with Jokic's triple-double seemingly wasted in a brutal back-to-back loss, raises more questions than answers. It's like, how do you go from NBA champions to losing to a young Spurs team that just looks like they're remembering what winning feels like? Seriously, not cool, Denver. Look, all I'm saying is the Nuggets need to tighten up. They need to be thinking about playoff positioning at this point, not just mailing it in against a rebuilding Spurs squad. History tells us that teams don't just turn it around overnight. This isn't some miracle story where they click in the playoffs and get hot. So what's next? The Nuggets need to regroup. For the Spurs, enjoy this while it lasts. They played like they brought back all the retired legends for the night. Nostalgia is great, but now they have to build off it. We'll see if they can turn this young blood into something special. We'll be back soon with more.